Hey guys, welcome back. This is Libby with Reach Works by Libby. Today we're going to be doing lantern swags. These lanterns, I've got two of them I'm going to do. I got a blue one and a white one. These come from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to make a bow and a small little swag to go on them. I haven't done these in a while, so let's see what we can get done. Okay, to start with, I'm going to make my bows. So let me turn the camera around and get y'all situated. Okay, got my easy bow maker. I'm going to get me out some zip ties. And I'm going to use some smaller zip ties because these bows are not going to be very big. These are only 4 inches long. These are going to be small bows. But I'm going to take out some longer ones too in case I need them to wrap around something else. Just have everything ready. Go ahead and plug my glue gun up just in case I need it. I'm going to get some pipe cleaners out. Don't know that I'm going to need them, but I'm going to have them ready just in case. Okay. So, for the white one, I'm going to use these like natural colors, greens. Going to use these colors here. These are all 1.5 inch ribbons. And we're just going to make little bows. And to measure my tail, I'm going to bring the lantern over here. And I'm going to go where I'm going to put the bow and measure down. So we don't want it no longer than that. We don't want it dragging the ground. Okay? So that is about 10 inches. So I'm going to make about an 8-inch tail. And we don't want a super big bow on here. So I'm going to measure 4 inches and just see. Yeah, I think 4 inches is good. And this tail, I'm going to cut a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. I was going to pull it around to the top, but I think I'll just add a piece in there. No. It's hard to decide what kind of bow you want to make. Okay, and this one I'm going to put up. And I'm just going to give it a 4-inch tail. I'm twisting in the middle every time I make a loop. This tail I'm also going to make, for this loop I'm also going to make 4 inches. And I like to use rolls of ribbon that are almost out for stuff like this. Because, you know, if you throw a roll of ribbon away, that means you can go buy more. Let me get my loops the way I want them. Okay. Can you see? Now, lastly, I'm going to come in with this one. Make this tail to come up here. I'm going to make make these loops a little bit smaller. I'm going to come down to about 3.5. Okay. Now I'm going to get this little zip tie and go under everything. I promise it is long enough to do this. It's just a little harder to do when they're shorter. Okay. Now, turn that around. Try not to let your loop slide. Okay, now I'm going to get a longer one to put in here just because I'm not sure how I'm going to attach this yet. I'm going to pull it where it's not super tight yet, but it's tight enough where I can work with these tails and loops and get everything just the way I want it before I tighten it on down. So this tail here, twist it around. Have to fix that. Okay. Now we can pull it real tight. Now if you have problems pulling these zip ties really tight, sometimes I take my cutters here and I just grab hold of it. I'm not trying to press down to cut it. And I just pull that tail and it will tighten it up for you. And then I just snip it off. Okay? And that's our little bow. Okay, now we got to dovetail these tails. And I just fold it in half. Fold the ribbon in half. And I just come down about 1 inch. And I cut from the folded side diagonally up to the unfolded side. And it gives you that little. And after you've done it a while, you'll be able to just eyeball it and just go right on with it. Piece of cake. Okay, same thing to the ones on the top. Okay, this one here is extremely long, so I'm going to cut it way back. That's a bit of a too sharp of a point for me. Okay. And there is our little bow. Okay, now I'm going to take this little piece. I don't have much of it. No, I think I'm going to take this. I'm going to take a little piece of this green. And I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to fold it over on top of itself. It's like a trifold. And then I'm going to take and go around the center of the bow to hide that zip tie. And I'm just going to tie it off back here. And that just gives it a more finished look for the bow. Then you just trim them pieces off. You could hit it with some glue if you wanted to, but I don't think you need to. Okay. And that's our little That's cute, right? Okay. Now, I got this greenery here. Cut some of it off. This is going to make the swag part. I need something else. Let me see if I have another one of these fern pieces. Over here digging in my stuff. Okay. So I do, but I'm not going to need all of this. See, because that would just be too much, I think. Especially with one on the top. That's just too much. So, I'm going to cut these down. I'm going to take and cut it right there in half. And I'm just going to use this part. I'm going to come right there. Cut it. Okay, so now we have these two and these two, and we're going to zip tie them all together. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm probably going to use a couple of zip ties for this, just to make sure I've got everything. See where I missed that one right there? More on there in the middle. Just trying to make sure everything is good and secure. Then you come in and cut these little pieces off. Okay. And I'm not going to shape it until I have it on the lantern. Okay, so now we want to come in with our bow. I'm going to zip tie it. Super, super tight. Y'all, this is just simple little swag. It's not meant to be, you know, real costly or anything. This is a real cheap, easy. It's a lower price point item for your customer. Something to set on the table where you don't have to hang it up. I mean, the lantern was $5. One stem is $1.25 at Dollar Tree. So I haven't even used the whole stem. So it's like $6 plus leftover ribbon. $6 times 2 or 3, and there you go, a cheaper price point. Okay, now I have to figure out where I want this to hang, and I'm thinking right here. So what I'm going to use is wire. cut this pretty long. I may even double it so it would be stronger. I'm going to double it. I'm going to fold it over in half on the two ends. Okay. I'm going to come around here to the back. And I'm going to feed this through. Well, I'm going to even it out. I'm going to twist it. Really, really tight. Okay. Now I'm just going to take and wrap this around. Y'all, what I'm going to do is pull that through that. I opened that loop up on that wire and I pulled the wire through. I don't know if y'all can see right there. I pulled the wire through it and I'm going to use it to help me tighten this up. And then I'm just going to wrap it back around this swag here. Twist that off. Now I'm going to trim the excess wire. And now we get to form this how we want it to lay. Spread everything out and play with it. Make it cute and sassy. Fluff out our bow. And there you go. Very cute, very cheap. Cheap little price point for your table. Now I am going to stick a little bit of hot glue right there underneath the bow, so maybe everything won't jiggle so much. Just going to stick it right there. And there you go. Just like so. Okay. Now let's do zip ties out. Okay. And we're going to start with our bow. Now with this, I'm going to use this chicken wire. I don't know, it may be too big. Yeah, I think that's too big. So I'll just use this. I'm going to go with gray. And they could turn this into a nautical one. Hold on, let me find some ribbon. No, y'all. That'll be a no. Okay. So I have this gingham and this stripe. And we're just going to make a simple little bow to go up there. I think I might do a half bow this time. Remember, you don't want real long tails. I'm going to go with 8-inch tail. I'm going to twist it. And do, I think I'm going to do a 5-inch loop for this one. And this tail, I'm going to bring it to the top. Okay. Same thing with this one. Same length. I'm going to bring this tail down. So we have 3 tails down, 1 tail up, and 2 loops. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the stripe one. This time the loop's going to get shorter. And I'm going to bring a loop down. Y'all, I don't know if this is a half bow. This is just a fun bow that I like to do. It's lopsided. Okay, start my tail on the opposite side this time so they're not sitting on top of each other. I'm going to bring this loop down. It's going to be a little bit shorter. Okay. And then tail down. This gingham is like really thin ribbon. Like I said 1,000 times, you don't have to have a bow recipe. Okay? You just don't. You can do it however you want it. Now I want one more loop down here, so I'm going to start on this side. I like that odd number. And we have 4 loops on this side. I'm going to put one more loop on this side as well. So we have 5 loops on this side, 3 loops on this side. I hope this ain't too big for that lanyard. Let's move those out of the way. I think I'm going to use a normal size zip tie for this one. Those little 4-inch ones won't. Lord, and I done put it on backwards. Okay. Those 4-inch ones will hold a bow, a small bow, but that other bow I made was way thinner than this one. Okay. I'm gonna put the zip tie in there. I'm gonna pull it snug. I'm just going to get all my tails right where I want them. Not exactly where I want them, but in the direction that I want them to go. Okay, there's 3 tails on the top. And you just start fanning out your loops. And I'm just sticking my fingers in there sideways like this, and then I just turn my fingers and spread my fingers apart. That's all I do. Stick them in there, turn it, and then spread it apart. That's all I do to these bows. Alright, now you want to pull it tight, tight, tight. Put that off. Now for your tails, I'm going to dovetail these, the stripe ones. And these, you see how they're fraying? I'm going to cut these at an angle. No, I'm not. I'm just going to trim these up on the ends, and I'm going to roll them. I'm going to fold them. Folding them up like so. Can you see that? See how I just folded it? And then I'm going to roll it. Fold the ends, and then roll it. Making sure there's a clean cut there. You can also go in and Mod Podge the ends. I just don't have my Mod Podge out here. Fold it over like so. Just take and fold it a couple of times. Pinch the wire so it stays bent in. And then I'm just going to roll it up. Okay. Dovetailing the striped ones. This was a half bow. So let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, now I need a little piece to go in there, so I'm going to take this gingham, cut it in half, lengthways. You don't need much, just enough to go around and tie. Fold it over in a trifold and go right around that zip tie. It tries to come unfolded on you in the back, but as long as that front piece is up against that that zip tie, it'll hold itself. And then just trim it up. Y'all, that getting gonna be bad. And see, it just gives it a finished look in there. Alright. So I got my zip tie. Now we're just going to do the same thing again. Might as well use the third one too. Go ahead and be done with that. Okay. And we're going to put 2 at the bottom. 2 at the bottom. I may even stagger them a little bit. Okay. Now one of these. Just gonna work it in there. And this one I'm gonna cut off a little bit. Okay. Now zip ties. Make sure it's not okay. Y'all, I got to hurry. I got to take my nephew to work. I'm going to do 3 again, just to make sure everything is tight, tight, tight. Now you can sometimes adjust these and push them in and out. I got them too tight, you can't do it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to zip tie this around. Cut that off. Okay. Wire. I think I'm going to do it different this time, y'all. I'm going to wrap this. I went right underneath the stems here. And I'm going to twist it. And then I'm going to go back underneath the stems again. In a different spot. I'm going to twist it again. Okay. I'm going to bring it over here to my lantern. twist it. Now sometimes when you can't reach something, trying to find some pliers. You can't take some pliers like this, and you grab hold of that wire if your fingers can't get in the spot, and you twist it until it is super duper tight, and it will tighten up for you. Okay, and then you can just cut it and fold the sharp side down. Okay, now we get to play with this and get it just how we want it. Okay. And bend that over some so it goes more. Of course, fix your bow. Take and fold this one down. I like to put some of my tails behind the greenery. I need to find the longest one. I'm curling these gingham ones. Okay. Spreading out the greenery on the bottom a little bit. Alright. That's what that one looks like. Show y'all. Slide the camera up so y'all can see them. Isn't they pretty? Just everyday lanterns. No special colors, just muted tones so they can match just about anything, any decor. It's a cheap item or a lower price point item that you can use at your craft sales and stuff, or your Etsy shop, whatever your medium is that you sell through. But I think this is going to do great at my event this week, so I'm very happy with it. Alright guys, we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm so excited to do a live. I can't wait. It's going to be fun because y'all going to pick what we do. So far, I asked on my community post what y'all would rather have, fall or Halloween, and so far, fall is winning. So I'm going to let the votes continue to grow until I hit 1,000 subscribers, and that's when I'll cut it off. And whichever's in the lead will be what we do. So thank y'all for everybody who has subscribed. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'm thinking I may even pick somebody and have a giveaway that night for a roll of ribbon. So keep that in mind. And yeah, share, and like, comment, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. Alright, see y'all next time.